Reliable third parties to recommend to our clients. Who will need to know, what we'll look for in them, and how we'll find them. Coming up. Hey, what's up guys? Callum Moore here, and on this channel I share information that we need to achieve real estate success. If you haven't yet, consider subscribing. At any point during the video, check out the description below. I list links to what we discuss, all my recommendations, and how to contact me down there. Let's get in the video. When I'm making a video, it usually ends up being exactly what I think about as I'm getting my real estate license. What I want to do is put together a few good different lists of third-party professionals that we can recommend to our clients. I do picture a lot of the time our clients having their own contacts.
Make sure you try to stay on the lines because you want to be able to replace a nice rectangle afterwards.
Especially if they've been through the process before, there's a good chance they'll have at least their mortgage broker, maybe even their lawyer. But sometimes it can be years since they've contacted that person. So if you're like me, you like to be diligent and you like to have your own list that you can possibly recommend if need be. First, I'll list the possible third parties that we may have to use or recommend throughout our real estate careers. And second, I'll go through what I'm looking for in a third party professional and how I'm going to get in contact with them to ultimately create a list of professionals that we can recommend. I'll do my best to categorize the list into first, third parties that we will need to recommend to our clients most often. Third parties for more rare situations, like if a client is looking to acquire a piece of land, if they're doing their own building or construction, a rural property, etc., that type of thing. Third parties that we will need as a real estate agent, and third parties that we already use or our clients already use to maintain, fix our properties. We'll start with one. Frequent third-party examples we're most likely to encounter. A good list would be mortgage brokers / lenders, real estate lawyers, insurance brokers, property inspectors, accountants, and maybe even appraisers. Appraisers could also be grouped into two, unfrequent third-party examples. A good list would be property managers, contractors, surveyors, environmental consultants, planning consultants, land use consultants, architects, just to name a few. More of the unique transactions will have to act accordingly and hire or recommend the professional that suits that particular need. 3. Third parties that we will need as a real estate agent. Good examples are photographer, videographer, stager, cleaning company, landscaping company, marketing company are just a few good examples. 4 is a list that could go on for days. Ownership contacts. Of course, a lot of our clients will have their own connections or just pick up the phone and make the calls themselves. But I wouldn't mind getting this call. I will have good contacts set up, and if my clients are thinking about me for anything to do with their property, I'm okay with that. Ownership contact examples could be plumbers, electricians, roofer, painter, cleaner, pool maintenance, floors, fencing, driveways, doors, locksmiths, windows, decks, heat, AC repair. You kind of get the idea. This list could go on for a long time, as you can imagine. You could even go further if you'd like and make lists of places specific to their location. For instance, which auto mechanic close to their house is really good, which gym around the corner, anything like that, but I'll leave that one to you. Those lists give us a good idea of the connections it would be nice to have. Keep in mind though, it's smart to be safe. Some people feel the safest course of action is to allow our clients to reach out to their own third-party professionals. That way, in case of client dissatisfaction due to circumstances outside of our control, they won't look back at us and place blame. That would be extremely awful, and I do understand why some agents refrain, but I'm always going to recommend. A really good practice is to recommend a few different options to our clients, a few different options of people or companies. This way, if you give them, say, 3 real estate lawyers to contact, they can reach out themselves and still find the perfect one that suits them best. This way, they've at least made their own decision and no harm is done. Note that if there is a referral fee paid to us, such arrangement has to be disclosed in writing to our clients. So how do we go about getting in contact with and create a list of professionals that we can recommend? Doing our own due diligence. It's almost like qualifying a tenant or hiring an employee, isn't it? I don't know about you, but if I recommend someone, I do actually take it pretty serious. So first, what I'll look for in a third-party professional to recommend. First, I'd be interested in, are they doing this job as their lifelong career? I want my list of third-party professionals to be my go-tos for life throughout my real estate career. No retiring, not allowed.
No retiring, not allowed.
Basically somebody that is, I don't want to say passionate, although that would be nice, but somebody that cares about what they do and of course, good at what they do. Second is communication. Communication is so massive to me. I've almost got to the point where I barely give people a second chance. Okay, well, maybe a second chance, but if it happens twice, they're dead to me.
There is no tomorrow. You're dead to me.
If they're always late or always seem to have a story, can't organize their life, always take other people's time for granted, these people kind of get like put down on like a shelf for me. I start to lose trust in them and I certainly wouldn't want to do business with them, never mind recommend them. Third is price. It still has to be a reasonable price. Everybody knows it. Price matters. When I have 3 third parties to recommend, good at what they do and communication will always come first, but I will mention the price after that. Only if there's like a huge discrepancy in the prices, but usually the market is what the market is and businesses are competitively priced. So now you have a good list of third-party professionals and what you're looking for in them. Now it's how are we going to contact them? Contacting them or finding them, easiest one straight out of the gates is ask your family. You can ask your brokerage as well, or of course, spend the time, start Googling. With whoever you choose, if someone from your office has a great recommendation or great contact list, or your family member, or you Google them, you'll still have to do your own due diligence. You'll still have to make sure you like them so you can recommend them. So first what I would do is I would go to their website. I would try to call them. I'd try to get in contact with them somehow and have a list of questions that I'm going to ask them. Use what I look for, previously mentioned in this video, to base your questions on what you'll ask them. And if you don't end up having a chance to meet with them personally, check all of their reviews online. This digital world, we can get a ton of information from their website, Facebook, Instagram, anywhere really. And when recommending them to your clients, you can say, I haven't used them personally, but I've heard and read great things. That type of little disclaimer, I, as a person hearing that, would really appreciate. I really hope this video helped. And if you're in real estate like myself to help future clients like no one else, reach out and comment below. And if you get a chance, check out this video right here, where I go through if the client really cares which brokerage we work for. We'll see you there.